Okay, in this math class, we're going to work on a problem, and I'm gonna search for a good problem on my book. You know, I got a lot of them here, and yeah, okay, this one is good. This one here. So that one is when the leading coefficient is not 1. So on this one, let me see, 4x squared plus 20, no? Minus 20, minus 20x plus 25. Nice thing is that it's, you know, all those problems in my notebook, they are solved. You know, they all have solutions, so not so bad. The problem that we have really quickly here is that because the 25 is not divisible by the same numbers that these are, that means we're going to have a mess in there. But we'll clean it up. So how do we do this? We multiply this whole thing. Remember, this is equal to 0. What we're going to do is that we're going to multiply this, or multiplied, yes. I like to say multiplied by 1/4. And it's better to think. I'd like to say multiply by 1/4 instead of saying divided by 4. You know, it just sounds better to me. So then we write, and this will be 5x, and this will be 25 divided by 4. And then we have a parenthesis here because we have to keep that there. And so we're going to try to find the perfect square now. ¿Verdad? Okay. So in order to do that, first we're gonna remove this guy from the parentheses. But to remove it, we have to multiply it by this before. So that means we'll have 1/4 here, x squared minus 5x. We leave the space open, and we will have here minus, no, that's plus. We're not taking into this side of the equation. It's the 0 is still there. Okay, so we're not moving it. We're just taking out of the parentheses. We could have left it, well, not really. So we have 25, and 4 times 4 is 16, so we write 16. And here, half of 5 is 5 seconds, and we square it, and we write it here. But because we add this, we have to also subtract 5 seconds squared. But because it's inside the parenthesis, we have to multiply it by 1/4. So we get in negative because we have to subtract it. You know, we add this, we subtract another one. And so we basically will put 1/4 here. The parentheses, 5 divided by 2 squared. Okay, we're trying to find the, well, this is the method we are using is finding the perfect squared, but we're also doing at the same time, when we're looking for the perfect square, we also finding the vertex form of the polynomial or the trinomial. The vertex formula says it's written like this. Where A is the coefficient of the leading coefficient, which is the 4. Well, in this case, depending on where we're looking at it, but still, this is always going to be A. So A will be equal to 4, and H, well, we don't know what H is going to be yet, or K. That's what we have to find out here. So we can change this to a perfect square. So we write this, we have to carry the negative sign, and we write, I always write it in parentheses, and I keep it like this because this is what goes here. So instead of doing it, getting this to 25 over 4, you keep it like this, and you know that what is in the parenthesis is what gets written here. Okay? Good. Glad you understand that. And now we have this mess here. Plus 25. Well, let's solve that thing on the other side first. And this is 25. Then 2 squared is 4 times 4 is 16. Nice. I like this. That was pretty damn good, actually. Actually, it's too perfect, isn't it? Because they cancel. Is that possible? I swear, if I was looking for that kind of problem like that, I wouldn't have found it. Okay, so what do we have here? We need to find the roots, and that's it. I mean, the roots minus 5 seconds. If we have 4 0 here, and we have our 1/4 there, if we take the square root of this and we take the square root of this, then this cancels with this, and the square root of 0 is 0. So that means that we have a single root. And when I say the single root, I really mean it, 8 is equal to 1/4, and x is only one x, Well, actually, we have to multiply it by 1 square. Because, in order to clear the x, we'll do it this way. In order to clear the x, we have to multiply everything minus 5 por 4, 8, and this is equal to 0. So then 1/4 x is equal to 5/8, and so we send the 4 on the other side, and we get 5 times 4 divided by 8. So we can cancel this and put a 2 here. So this becomes 5 seconds. And that's the answer. So what does that mean? What does that mean? So we have to take the vertex first, find what's the vertex. Well, the vertex is, and you can see that this is not a coincidence, That's a fact. That corroborates that there is a single root. So where's the root now? This is negative, and the formula says negative, so that first term is 5 seconds, and the last term is 0, because there is no k. K is 0. Okay, which that's another, not a coincidence, but a fact. Nice thing, to know that whenever you get something like that, where you have h minus h, and there's nothing else equal to 0, you're talking about a parabola that, since a is positive, then this is a parabola that is sitting right at 5/2. We take our handy dandy calculator and we divide 5 divided by 2, we get 2.5, which I should have known that. 1, 2, and 3. So it's positive. I don't know what I'm doing on the other side. This 2.5, it happened right there. It's a single root. Zwick. That's it. Let's see what our handy dandy calculators tell us. So we change mode to polynomial, and we introduce this thing, 4, plus, minus 20, minus, plus, equals, and 25, enter. Okay, so the root, the first root is 5.2, and the second root is also 5.2, and the minimum is 5.2, and the last number is going to be 0, and that's it. So what is the, I should have left it there. Sorry, let me write it again, because I wanted to show you the graph. 25, enter. So now we go to second and we graph it. Ooh, there it is. Nice. Yeah? And then we can ask the calculator to write that number there, 2.50, but the 0 is not written. And the extrema, you can't do that because the extrema and the roots are in the same place. So I'm just trying to get it big enough. The root, the extrema is there, and the root is there too. So that's it for this problem. This actually was nicer than what I would like. Too nice, actually. But not a bad thing, It's just 14 minutes. I can